Hey guys, it's John with ReelBlue Custom Rods, and today I'm going to do something a little different. I've got this fade wrap that I did in a previous video where I did sequential color fade wraps, and you can see that video link here on the upper right hand corner if you're interested in watching that video. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take this wrap that I created for that video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it with another video that I recently did, which was the truth about Versablend on the Versablend 1004, which the color code for that is static. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to take this very short sequential color fade wrap that I did, and I'm going to take, because I've got several requests, to see what the static Versablend thread would look like in a diamond wrap. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just take this and we're going to make a diamond wrap over the top of that. So the first thing, I've already got my double-sided tape set up. I've already gone through and taken some measurements and stuff. So I'm just going to get started here. And actually, I do want to do one other thing just so I know what side is what. We're going to call this blue mark the top side, and then the red mark will be back on the bottom side. So let's just go ahead and start this wrap. I'm going to come around to the top side right there on my mark. All right, and I'm going to come back down. I'm going to cross that mark right there. Looks like that other mark is right about there. All right, so we have our A and B axis set up. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down up on the upper part of my B axis. Again, this is the top part of the rod, so I want to be on my B axis on the upper part. And then I'm going to come down on the bottom of my A. Wrap it around and come back up. Now I'm going to go on the bottom side of the B. I'm going to come back down on the top side of the A. And again, this Versablend, is metallic. Metallic size A thread only comes in 100-yard spools. So now I'm going to go back on the top side of the B. Come down the bottom side of the A. And then I'm going to want to go up on the bottom side of the B. And come back on the top side of the A. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull that tight a little bit. We're going to snip that line. And now what we're doing is we're just going to kind of check what we've got for work here. Tighten things up with your burnishing tool. And I like to just go hit all four sides of these points. And then what I like to do also is, you know, I don't just keep doing the wrap. Some people do, and if you're good enough to do that, you can do that. I just like to stop after a few wraps, like you saw me do here, and then just come in with the burnishing tool and just, you know, dress everything up nice, neat, and orderly. But that is what it's looking like so far with this wrap. Again, we're using this 104 or 1004 Versablend, which is static. And we're doing a diamond wrap with it to see how it kind of comes out. So again, I'm going to pick up where I left off, and now I'm going to go up on the A. And I'm not pulling too tight. I'm just adding a little bit of pressure, but I don't want to pull it tight because, you know, I do want the threads to be able to move around with my burnishing tool a little bit if I need to use them. So we're going, up on the B, and then we're going to come down on the A, on the bottom side of the A. Spin it around, and we're going to come up on the bottom side of the B. And then we're going to come down on the top side of the A. We're just going to keep repeating that a few more times. So going up on the B, on the upper side of the B, we're going up. And then we're going to come down on the A, on the lower side of the A. Again, I'm not applying too much pressure. I'm not pulling tight. And then we're going to go up on the bottom side of the B. And then we'll come back, when we get up there, we'll come back on the top side of the A. All right, and we're just gonna pinch that off. Okay, and again, we're gonna come back with our burnishing tool, and I'm gonna start on my top side here, and then we're just gonna dress this up. Even though I'm on the wood, I'm just gonna start there, dress it up, make sure I'm on my marks. So why did I pick to, why did I decide to try the Versablend static and a diamond wrap on top of this sequential color fade wrap I did? Well, part of the reason, one reason, of course, like I said earlier, is because I got a few messages in the community tab to do it, to see what it would look like. People thought it would, were interested on what it would look like, so that's why we're doing it. But two, they're complementary colors, right? So if you watched the Versablend video I did, the Truth About Versablend video I did, for this specific color, again, 1004, called Static, you would know that it's got, it has kind of maroon / red colors in it, and then this maybe even purple, and then the third color that really stands out of it is the green color. So because the sequential colored fade wrap was really done with 3 types of red colors, I thought that they would complement each other because they're kind of from the same color palette, if you will. And then that green, we all know red and green goes together. They definitely complement one another. And so we're trying to see if that green would stand out in this diamond wrap, and just kind of see what kind of look it would give us. And so far, I mean, I really like it, actually. I think it looks really good. I almost wonder if I should change it up and we should add something else to it. But I don't know if I want to do that quite yet. So what I think I want to do, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do something. I am just messing around with colors to see what we could get out of this. See, I already have that green in there, so I don't know if I necessarily want to use the green. I think I want something else that would kind of stand out, and I don't know if it's silver, but let's try it. What the heck? That's how we learn. So let's try the silver. And we're just going to go with one on this one, guys. So we're going to just take the silver, one wrap on the top. Going up on the B axis, if you will. And then we're going to come down on the bottom side of the A. We'll see how this silver turns out. It might be too similar. It might just kind of get lost in these colors, but I think it'll work out. And then we're going to go up on the bottom side of the B now. And then we're going to come back on the top side of the A. All right, this is actually coming out pretty good. That silver does work pretty good with that. Now I want to tie this off. This silver, I just want the one, you know, the one strand on all sides of the diamond wrap. And then I'm just going to come in and we're going to tighten it up. Always wrap, stop, burnish, and repeat. Wrap, stop, burnish, and repeat. And that way you just make sure you have nicely packed tights. I'm telling you, the secret to having a nice, you know, neatly filled in decorative wrap when you're doing things like any type of cross wrapping, again, do not wrap it too tight. That way when you do try to come in and adjust your threads, they'll move. And two, wrap, stop, burnish, and repeat. The more you burnish, the tighter those will get. The tighter those threads will get in there. So now you can really see some of the colors on this, and I think this looks pretty interesting. You can see like red streaks, and then the greens in there. I think that looks really neat. It'd be really cool if we just kind of kept building out on it. I think what I want to do though is we're going to mix it up a little bit more. And now what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to incorporate a second go around on these other marks that I created. So we got to cut, now it was 8, and we got to come back. Make sure we're like lining up our threads so we get, you know, our cross marks all in the same spot. All right. Okay, and now we're going to go back up again, up on the B. We're going up on the B axis. We'll go around, and we're going to come back underneath the A. And then we're going to go up under the B. And then come back on top of the A. And I think we're going to repeat that one more time. And then we're going to stop and burnish. We'll check that out. So again, going up on top of the B. Again, don't apply too much pressure with your hand down here holding the spool, okay? Don't pull too tight, just, keep it where it's, you have enough pressure on it to keep that line moving correctly. So we went up on the B, we're going to come down on the bottom of the A. And then we're going to go up one last time on the bottom of the B. Bottom of the B, and come back on the top of the A. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and secure this wrap now, and we're going to talk about a couple things here before this thread comes unwrapped on me. Okay, so now that we did that, we're going to come in here, like I said, wrap, stop, and burnish. So coming up here where we were starting on this second set, and again, I just a little bit of pressure, and I always, like to burnish frequently, but I'm only working on these threads that I just wrapped, okay? And all I'm doing is going in and just burnishing these in, just using a little pressure. Make sure they're nice and together. It doesn't take much pressure. You're just making sure that they're lying neatly alongside one another. Because if you're wrapping them with not a lot of pressure like you should be, if you go to adjust that thread will move. If you put too much pressure, you can shift your center line or your access line and basically make everything come out of whack, if you will. So that's the bottom side. So there's our top side. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. So why am I not filling in and doing the whole, making a larger diamond wrap? I could if I want to. I could definitely do that if I wanted to. But what I would like to do is keep as much of the sequential colored fade wrap that's below that visible as possible, because it adds an additional layer of thread work below it, which gives it some contrast. So, you know, I've got cross lines with the diamond wrap, then I've got some straight lines, or depending on how you're looking at it, vertical lines, you know, in the fade wrap. And so I think it gives it some character. And when you look at it at different ways in the light, and I'm telling you, the camera doesn't do it much justice when we start looking in right here. But that, I think doing a larger size diamond wrap with the Versablend 1004 static, I think that's a great idea. I think that is going to add some very interesting colors and patterns to your diamond wrap or your decorative wraps when you're using it. So I definitely think it would be a step in the right direction. You know, trying to, in a way to try to create some, you know, some individual characteristics to a rod you're building, or, you know, making it unique, a one-of-a-kind type look. So I think it's really good. I think the only other thing I would probably do here, I think the only thing I would do is try to make these stand out a little bit more. And what I mean by that is, you know, maybe, let's see, maybe come in here and build on this larger one a little bit. So let's try it. So we're going to go up on the B, just to make this one wrap bigger, a little bit bigger than the other lines that I just did. So I want this one, the width of the entire diamond wrap, to be a little bit wider, so it kind of stands out from the thinner version of it. And then I'm going down on the A. All right, and we're going to come back on the bottom of the B. And then come back down on the top of the A. And that Versablend, I'm telling you, I really like how this static color, you know, the red colors are complementing the sequential color fade wrap below it, but then we're, you know, they're kind of their own colors on top in the diamond wrap, and then this green that pops out of this static color. I really like it. I think it adds a whole nother layer. So we're going to do this a couple more times. So going up on the top part of the B. Come back, bottom part of the A. Again, not a lot of pressure. And then we're going to go up on the bottom side of the B. And then come back on the top side of the A. right. And then of course, you know, if you're doing this wrap and you think you know, you want it to do something different, or you think, you know, going a few more wraps to see what it's going to look like is a good idea, hey, by all means, do it, man. That's what that's a great thing about building fishing rods and doing decorative wraps like this. It's sometimes you never know until you get done wrapping on what your wrap is going to look like, and that's okay. So I'm just going in again, burnishing. I'm just tightening those lines up. Not a lot of pressure with this burnishing tool against that thread because I'm not wrapping it super tight, so it will move when I ask it to with the burnishing tool. All right. And then I want to go this direction. And then go back this direction. Yeah, so that's what it's looking like. So hey, I hope this helps, man. I hope this gives you some ideas on what you can do with that static wrap, that static color Versablend wrap, excuse me. Again, this was Versablend color 1004 static. We wanted to see what a diamond wrap with that would look like on top of really anything, but I chose to use this sequential color fade wrap that I did a few videos ago, and just kind of see what it would look like, because it, you know, they were done basically in very similar colors, different colors of red, and then that static color has some of that red, purple, violet color to it, and then that green that's also in there pops out. And then I did a little layer of silver in there, so that's pretty interesting, I think. So hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments block. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, and feel free to share the video where you think that somebody that'll get some value out of it. Again, hey guys, I always appreciate the support. If you got some ideas, something you want me to do, throw it down here in the comments block. Let me know, or you know, hit me up on the community tab, and then we'll kind of go from there. But hey, as always, guys, I really appreciate the support. Make sure you watch this next video here, and until next time, take care.